On July 1st, Fable 5 came back online. The model Washington pulled offline in June returned on eligible paid plans, and the industry threw a week-long feast.
A feast with a closing time posted on the door. The original terms put July 7th on the door. After that, the meter was supposed to start.
Yep, the whole industry pulled up a chair and nobody looked at the check. We're recording on July 10th, covering July 1st through the 7th. The arc, comeback, feast, deadline.
And the stakes are practical. The model engineers spent the week testing has a posted meter behind the temporary allowance, not an unlimited flat rate promise. That gives teams the routing question: what it costs, why it matters, and which jobs deserve the meter.
So start with the comeback's fine print, sources linked in the description. The redeployment terms were specific. Fable 5 returned inside paid subscriptions, up to half of weekly limits, only through July 7th.
Return day felt like a holiday on the feeds. Steve Yege greeted it with the post on screen. Now that Mythos is coming back, does that mean Google can start working on Gemini again?
Oh man, there is, a real observation inside that joke. A lot of the industry had been holding its breath on one model family. The AI Engineer Conference even opened return day with the first public Fable talk.
And the siblings stayed narrow. Mythos 5, the same core model with fewer guardrails for cyber defense work, came back only for selected organizations approved by the US government, with the broader trusted partner list still being worked out.
Which tells you the June recall was not just an Anthropic story. It was shared infrastructure going down. And this week, it came back up.
So here's what I wanted to know. Did engineers actually change how they worked that week, or just run the same jobs faster?
The posts on screen at least show what ambitious meant that week. Ethan Mollick kept telling everyone they were thinking too small. I can basically guarantee you are not being ambitious enough. Ask for the maximum possible thing. Imagine handing it the messiest refactor in your backlog.
Right. And Andrej Karpathy gave the week its word: Fable maxing. His take was that every new model tier has one capability that qualitatively surprises you. And for Fable, it is generating rich, playable 3D worlds from a prompt.
I love that word. And honestly, I didn't realize how small my own asks were until Mollick called it out. Tidy little to-dos all week, out of habit.
Same habit here. Meanwhile, Steve Yege hit the model's ceiling on a real production outage and still logged 584 sessions. For those heavy users, the delegation ceiling looked like it moved, kind of overnight. Okay, but what happens next when the tab arrives?
Now the deadline. Then July 7th arrived. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of the meter, Anthropic's own account posted on screen, we're extending access to Claude Fable 5 on all paid plans through July 12th.
Hold on. So the clock did not actually run out this week?
It got 5 more days. The terms underneath do not change. After the included window, Fable moves to usage credits. $10 per million tokens in, 50 out, on top of the subscription.
Sure, and the included workhorse stays Sonnet 5, which costs a fifth of that, and is the cheaper included workhorse for routine tasks. One catch: its new tokenizer splits the same text into about 30% more tokens, so compare real bills, not sticker prices.
The extension kept the weekly caps. Same screen, Steve Yege replied, 6 of my Mule accounts, out of 8 total, have already used all their Fable tokens. Looks like 10 Claude Max accounts is back on the menu, boys.
A finance lead will push back here. We already pay for seats. Why is the top model suddenly a line item?
Fair question. Frontier-scale inference costs real money. Anthropic posted the price, and an unbudgeted agent fleet is a finance nightmare. So now the question is, which of my tasks are worth the meter?
Now, away from the meter, 2 quieter things deserve a builder's attention. Start with Meta. They launched Muse Image, and their own thread on screen frames it well. It works as an agent, not as a prompt-to-image model.
Oh, interesting. Agentic how? What does an image model even do with a tool?
Let's say you ask for a chart with exact numbers or a working QR code. It plans, writes, and runs code to nail those details, then checks its own output and retries. Meta says it pairs with MuseSpark to build sites with embedded images and playable games.
Yeah, that is the same shift coding already went through. Wrap the model in a loop with tools, let it verify itself. Images just join the loop.
Great point. And the other quiet thing that happened in Geneva, the UN's first global dialogue on AI governance, July 6th and 7th, 193 member states in one room. My instinct was to file it under ceremony, but after a June of one country gating models by itself, the multilateral version of that conversation just formally started. For builders, it is a watch this, not a do this.
So, pull the week together. The comeback proved the frontier model is shared infrastructure. The posted meter, even with its 5-day reprieve, proves it is billable infrastructure.
It really is. Billable and budgetable. For example, once that meter is on, take a team running a code review agent on every pull request. Pointed at Fable, one busy Friday adds basically a variable model bill on top of the seat. Route routine reviews to Sonnet, reserve Fable for the gnarly migration, and if Sonnet clears your eval, the bill drops without giving up the review coverage.
Yep, and one post earned the closing slot.
The optimistic one or the nervous one?
Depends how you read it. Paul Graham, on screen. Imagine what it will be like if 5 years from now, models have improved on Fable as much as Fable has improved on GPT-3. A few hundred replies argued both directions.
Right. Whichever way it lands, focus on the practical part. The Wish machine has a coin slot waiting, while paid plan access still includes July 12th. Learn its prices like a cloud bill. Actually read the usage page.
Yeah. Feast smart, budget the wishes. Thanks for listening to Learning Podcasts.